Welcome to QA Automation Hub. In this video, let's see what is a switch statement in Java, and this is also a type of control statement. And switch statement executes the statement based on the case value provided in the expression. Okay, and this statement works with data types like byte, short, int, long, enum types, or string class, and some other wrapper types like byte, short, integer, and long. Okay, and that expressions will can be passed inside the switch statement. Okay, of these data types. So syntax is nothing but just give switch and you have to pass the expression here. Okay, whatever string value or any kind of integer, anything you can pass it here, and this expression will be checked for the case values. So if that case values matches with this expression, then it will go inside and it will execute the statements that are given inside the case. Okay, and we have something like break statements and default statements, and that we will see it now with an example. Okay, and here there are some key points that we need to discuss on switch statement, and we will also look into that now. Okay, now I have created a class file here for switch statement, and let me create a method. Public static void, we'll keep it as mobile phones, and let me pass the mobile name inside this one. Okay, and we will use this mobile name in this switch expression also. And for switch you have to give the keyword as switch, and inside that you need to pass either integer, string, byte, anything you can pass it inside. And I'm passing this mobile name inside the switch expression, and this expression will go and check for the case values. Okay, and this case value, first case value, I'm giving it as Oppo, and inside this I'm giving a simple print statement. Okay, you can write your logic inside this one, and I will give it as mobile phones ranges between 10K to 50K. Okay, so this statement I am giving it for Oppo, and the second case value I am giving it as Vivo. Okay, and we will give the same print statement, and we will change it here as 9K to 40K, and we will print the mobile name here so that we will come to know. Okay, and let me do the same thing here also. And the third case what we will give it as Realme. Okay, so these are the case values. So based on this case value expression, it will come and check this case value, and inside that it will execute. Okay, and we'll see some differences also. So let me copy paste this one here, and I will change it to 7K to 30K for Realme. And let me call this mobile phones method here. I will put it as Oppo. Sorry, Realme. I will. Okay, it's a string, right? So we have to mention it as string. Okay, so let me run this program now. And here you can see this mobile name, right? Realme will get passed here in this method, and this Realme will get passed to the switch expression, and it will check with the case values. So first it will come here Oppo. No, it's Realme, right? So it will come out of this case. It will go here. It will check for Realme, but it's Vivo, and it will come out of this one also. It will go here to this case, and here you can see it has printed mobile phones ranges between 10K, 7K to 30K Realme. Okay, so now we will do one more thing. I will put it as Oppo. So we'll see how it reacts, the switch statement, how it works. You can see here, first it goes here in the expression it's Oppo, it goes and checks the case value. This is Oppo, right? So it prints this one properly. Okay, and then it prints this one also, Vivo, whatever this other case values, right? Those things also is getting printed. Okay, so this is what switch statement will behave if you didn't put a break statement for your case. Okay, you have to put break for all your case. Just give like break. So if you give this break keyword, right, what will happen? It will come and check here. If this get passed, then based on this break, it will terminate from this whole switch statement. Okay, otherwise it will go and print all the logics that are available. It will execute all the logics inside other things also. So you have to give break definitely when you are writing your switch statements. Okay, So now I am passing it as Oppo, and if I run this program, you can see it will only execute this first one. Okay, mobile phones ranges between 10K to 50K Oppo. Okay, you got it. So if I am giving this OnePlus, let's see what happens. I'm printing this now. Sorry, I'm executing this program here, and you can see nothing is getting printed, right? Because it will go and check this case values and nothing are there. At that time, what you can do, you can just write a default for keyword. Okay, just you have to give default and write the mobile phones search criteria does not match or something. We'll give it. Okay, search criteria does not matches, and we will print that mobile name value here. Okay, simply I'm just giving a default value, so this you can give it. Okay, if nothing is there, then in a, if else we have the else statement, or else block, right? Similar to that, if it doesn't matches with any of the case values, then it will come to the default value. Okay, and now if I run this one, you can see it comes to the default. Okay, it checks one by one, and finally it comes to the default, and it prints the statement here: search criteria does not matches on plus. All right. So if you are giving this at a last, right, then you don't want to give the break keyword. Okay. But if you are giving this in front, then the similar issue will happen, and definitely you have to give the break statement for default as well. So if I run this one, it will come here. It will check for Oppo. No. Okay. And then it comes to the default. It prints this one, and then it comes to the next one. Now, see here, it is printing this one also. And here, since we have the break, right, it comes out and it does not go to this case. Okay, if you don't have this break, right, then it will print the realme as well. See here, it is printing everything, right? So if you are giving the default at last, then you don't want to give the break. Okay, if you are giving before default at before, but you should not give like that. But if you are, since sometimes if you are giving it, then make sure that you give the break so that it will stop after executing the default statement. Okay, so this is for default thing, and we have other things also. So I'll show you what is the nested switch statement now. Okay, okay, now we'll see what is a nested switch statement. For example, this is the parent one. Okay, and it comes here, it will come to the case values, and inside this let us put some okay, nested switch statement, like a switch amount or something. Okay, we will pass a parameter called amount here, int amount. So we are passing an integer now. Okay, as an expression, and just open and close bracket, and here also you are going to put the same thing, case 10,000. If it is case 10,000, then we will put a, okay, I have given a print statement here for this case 10,000. So if the amount is 10,000, then it will come to this case and it will print this statement, and I have given a break also here. Okay, so let me give another case called 20,000, and we will print some the same thing here as well. Okay, and next we'll give 35,000 one case value, and we'll print the same thing here, and finally we have to give the default, right? And we are going to give the same thing. Let's remove the break here because default is at last. Okay, and we'll change this to phone ranges does not matches matches the amount. Okay, something like that I'm giving it here. So this is called as an nested switch statement. First, the mobile name it will take as an expression, and it will check for the case value. If it is Oppo, it will come inside and it will print the statement, and then it goes here to this switch, nested switch. Okay, and the amount that we are giving, it will come as an expression here. So here I am giving a expression as string. Here I am giving it as an integer, you can see, and it will also accept other data types as well, whatever we are given in the list. Okay, so that I will share it in the description, and you can see that one also, and you can give anything inside that. So based on that, it will check for the case value and it will go inside. Okay, so break statement definitely you have to give, otherwise it will go to the other statements as well, and default, if nothing is getting matched, then it will come to the default. Okay, so let us run this one. I have given Oppo and 40,000. So 40,000, it will not match anything, right? So it should come to this nested default. So let us run this one. And here you can see, since it is Oppo, it goes here, it prints this one, and in the nested switch, it is checking amount. It is taking as 40,000. It will check this first case, no, and goes to the second one, third one, 35,000 also it doesn't match, so it comes to the default and it prints phone ranges does not matches the amount. Okay, so 40,000. And in case if you are giving something like 35,000 or something, it should go to the third case that we have given in the nested switch, and you can see the list of mobile ranges in 35,000. So it goes to this one. Okay, so this is called as an nested switch statement, and the break of the parent switch you have to put it at the last of the nested switch. Okay, if you put it before, then it will throw an error, because the switch case it completes here itself. So you cannot put the nested switch after that one. So you have to put the nested switch and then put the break. Okay, so this is one thing, and let us go through these key points quickly. Duplicate case values are not allowed. So what does that mean? Duplicate case value. So since here you have given Vivo, right? So in the other case value also, if you are giving it as Vivo, then it will not allow. It will say duplicate case. Okay, so this is the point. It should be unique. Okay, you should not give the same case values. It should not be duplicate. That's the point. And case value must be of same data type as the variable in the switch. Okay, so the expression variable that we have given is string, right? So in case if you are going and changing it to an boolean value true, see here, it will not allow. Okay, and if you are trying to changing it this as an integer also, it is going to throw an error, cannot convert from integer. So whatever the expression that variable that you are passing, if it is a string, then the case value should be only string. Okay, so that is the second point they have given here. Okay, the third point is case value must be a constant or literal, variables are not allowed. Okay, so that we will go here and I will create a um, instance variable here like string location. Okay, and I will assign some value to this one like something like Chennai or something. So this is also a string, right? This location is also a string. So the expression that we are passing inside a switches and string. So if what will happen if I pass this one instead of this constant value? See here, case expression must be constant expressions. Okay, so it should not change. So instance variable you can change it, right? So it will not allow a instance variables or something that can be changed. Even if it is a string, you should not pass inside the case value. Okay, say for example, if you are changing this to a final, okay, then it's considered as a constant, right? This location is a constant now, you cannot change it, so that you can assign to a case. Okay, or you can assign this final variable, or you can put it in a normal double quotes itself. Okay, so that it will allow. So either you can assign the constants or a literal, or and variables are not allowed. So this is the third point. Okay, but if omitted, execution will continue on to the next statements. Yeah, that we have seen. If this is not there, then it will go to the next statements and it will print execute those logics as well. Okay, so that is the fifth point. And the default statement is optional, and in case if it is not at the end, okay, this also we have seen, this default is optional. Okay, even if you take this out, nothing is going to happen. But if you are putting before the somewhere, okay, then you have to put the break statement, otherwise it is going to execute this one as well. Got it? So if you are giving something like 45,000, so in the nested switch also same thing will happen. Okay, see here, mobile phones first it enters, and phone ranges, this is from the default, it is printing phone ranges, and since it does not have any break, it is going here to the next case, and here we have break, so it got terminated, otherwise it would have executed this also. So if you're putting default before either in a nested switch or a parent switch, then put a break for the default as well. Okay, so here you can see now it works fine. So this is all about switch statement in Java, and I think you guys are clear with this control statements, because mostly the if else and switch will be used in every logics. When you loop something, or also you will pass that value to the switch and you will check the case values and you will write your logics. Okay, So I think you guys are clear, and thanks for watching my video. Yeah.